This is an important video, everyone. This video will save you thousands and thousands of dollars. If you're trying to get to that next level, you're trying to get this passive income, you're trying to get into real estate, you're starting businesses, you're trying to get all of that stuff together, this is the video you need to watch, and you'll see why. Welcome to my channel, everyone. I'm Orlando, and today we're gonna be talking about ugly debt. One of my subscribers reached out to me and asked me if I could break this down in some details and kind of explain it a little bit more. And so that's what I'm doing. I thought it was a great topic, and I want to share this all with you guys and how I look at things. So there used to be this breakdown of debt, and it used to be good, bad, ugly, and then it used to go through these tiers and explanations and whatnot. I just changed that and made it very simple, and I went from good to ugly. I just have two categories, good and ugly debt. Right? Good debt obviously would be me making money off of the debt that I'm getting, right? And then ugly debt would be any debt that I don't make any money on. And the reason why I just got rid of the bad is because, to me, if I'm not making money off of the debt, I don't want it. I just don't want it. To me, it drags down net worth. It drags down your passive income that you get in every month. I just want to stay as clear away from that as possible. So that's kind of what I want to go over, my views on what you should do, what you shouldn't do. Okay, so I got three categories that I want to go over, and we're gonna go over each of these, and each of these are basically the general debt that most people use. So let's first start off with auto loans, right? So everybody goes out and most people need cars, right, to get from point A to point B, and that's totally understandable. You know, for me, when I try to go get my cars, I try to avoid all debt possible. If I can pay it off in cash, I can. And the reason why is you drive off the lot. You guys have heard it so many times. The car depreciates. It's the value of the car. It's a depreciating asset, and you lose money as soon as you drive off the lot. You know, you're paying monthly payments. You got to pay someone an interest on the money that you're borrowing to buy the car that's depreciating. So at the end of the day, it's just a bad deal from a return on investment scenario, right? So I know what a lot of you guys are thinking like, well, Orlando, I don't have the money to go into a dealership and pay a person 20, 30, whatever it may be, 15, it doesn't matter. The point is you don't have the cash to go into the car dealership and purchase the car outright. And I get that. But what I did was I worked my way up to that, right? So I just didn't walk into a dealership and just give them the money for whatever I needed. What I did was I just started off with a small car, and I worked my way up to the car that I actually wanted, and I saved up for it. Now that's one way. The other way that most people will be able, that I really suggest to individuals, is that if you do take on a car loan, then you need to work to pay the car loan off as fast as possible. Most people would take the $1,200 and then spend it on something that they really, really, really want. Like, I don't know, a camera, a video system, a game. I don't know. You would just spend it on something that you want. What you should do is take that $1,200 and drop it on your car note to pay it down faster, to get rid of the car note. Because a lot of people are really big on this passive income, trying to make their monthly income just bigger and better. And I always tell people that the first place that you start for that is paying off your debt. It does the exact same thing. It just does it in reverse. So if you have a car note that is $200 and you freed yourself up from that payment, that expense of a $200 car note, then you have $200 extra in your pocket. And what could you do with that $200 extra in your pocket, right? You could take that and invest in the stock market, maybe save it up for a down payment on a property. There's plenty of things you can do. But like I said, if you don't have the money to plop down or give a really good down payment. I understand people people have those, and the reason why I understand is because I was in that same position at one point, is that you don't have the money to drop down a big down payment, and you don't have the money to buy the car outright. So you get a car loan because you need a car and need a car to get back and forth to work, and you make money through work. I get that. But what I really suggest is that individuals pay the car note off as fast as possible. Any extra money you get, you throw it down on that car note. Get rid of the car note. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. You will be so much better having that type of debt off of your credit, off of your quote unquote balance sheet, than to have it. So get rid of the car note. That's what I'm saying. Just try to pay it off as fast as possible. Everybody has different situations. Just pay the car note off as fast as possible. So the next one would be credit cards. Well, if you're watching this video, I'm going to put a link in the description or on the video somewhere above me. And I just did a video on credit cards where I went into detail about how I dislike credit cards and what you should use them for and what you shouldn't use them for. And so I'm going to put a link there and you watch that video. But the gist of it is credit cards are, if you use them the wrong way, I mean, they're literally a financial jail. If you use them the wrong way, you're going to be trapped in this hamster wheel for a very long time. Next thing you know, you won't be able to save any money. You won't be able to get anywhere because you use credit cards in the wrong way. Credit card debt is just a no-no with me. It's just, you stay away from it. It's a snowball effect that continues to snowball. If you're living on credit cards, you're living above your means. It's just that simple. No credit cards. Credit cards used for emergencies only. And like I said in the other video, if you watch it, please watch that video, that you just do not use credit cards. Just keep them for an emergency, guys. I'm telling you, you will do so much better. I know it's this weird system where you need credit cards and things of that nature to get your credit up. And I'm not saying don't get credit cards. I'm just saying do not use credit cards for your daily uses and make this, all of this debt on a credit card just because you have the credit available. I just stay away from credit cards. I zero out my balance. If I use it, which I do use it for points and things of that nature, but if I use it, I zero out my balance every month. Every month. Why pay these big companies these ridiculous rates? But once again, that's on credit cards. So stay away from credit cards, guys. So our next one is personal loans. Now, a lot of people, what they do is they get personal loans to pay down their credit cards or consolidate their credit cards because, it's a lower interest rate. And I have no problem with consolidating if it's going to make you pay off your credit cards, or if you're in a situation to where you're going to pay off your credit cards faster that way because of the lower interest rate. I have no issues with that. But I'm speaking more of individuals who take personal loans to go on vacation, who take personal loans to rehab, build a shed in their backyard or something. People who use personal loans for exactly how it's named, personal loans, right? You're going out here getting a personal loan that most likely you won't be able to pay back early, or you normally wouldn't have the money sitting in your bank account. Those are death traps too. This is another situation. And if you look at all these situations, you're losing money all the way through this. Even talking about it, I can imagine money just flying out the window because that's what you're doing. You're just giving money away to individuals when you take out these personal loans. I'm okay with personal loans to consolidate and to get rid of the credit cards and all that other stuff. I can understand that. If you're working towards getting rid of and you're using these tools to get rid of the ugly debt, then that works great. If you're going to use these tools, personal loans, and you're just going to do things you enjoy with them, then I think that's not good. That you don't want to do that. You're not going to get to this passive income and get into real estate and all these things. Because guess what, guys? When you decide to go get the good debt, which is the rental properties, which is your house, you want to start a business. When you go and you try to go get that good debt, what's going to hold you back? It's going to be the ugly debt. The ugly debt is going to hold you back because the bank is going to take a look at your ugly debt, and then they're going to say, oh, you have all these expenses, and we're going to take that ugly debt and deduct it from what we would have given you if you didn't have it. So what does the ugly debt do in that scenario? It's pulling money out. Not only did you already pay those individuals money, but now when you're trying to leverage something for good debt, now again, you're getting money pulled away from you too. So I can go on all day about this subject, guys, but I just wanted to kind of go through that. The way that I would rank the debt as far as which one is the worst all the way to the worstest. I mean, I don't know. Is that a word? More worst? Anyway. Is number one would be credit cards. Credit cards are just burn them. I mean, if you're not responsible with them. Number two would be personal loans. And then number three would be the auto loans that you get, a car loan. Now, really quick, the reason why those obviously are in that order is because at the end of the day, the first two are unsecured, right? It's literally just debt and you're paying it. And most people don't buy cars with credit cards or whatnot. You go out and buy like, you know, toilet tissue and groceries and all that other stuff, right? And those things really have no value other than for you to use them and consume, right? But a car actually has some value. So it's third on the list because it has collateral involved in it. So the collateral itself does have value. Even though the value has depreciated, it still does have value. It dropped, maybe it was when you bought it, it was a $30,000 car, but when you drove it off the lot, it dropped down to $20,000, but it's still $20,000. You could sell it, you could get that $20,000 and at least pay some of your debt off that you had. So that's the reason why that list is on there, guys. But I just want to go ahead and wrap this video up and say, once again, just keep track of the debt that you have, the ugly debt. Try to get all of that stuff taken care of. And please remember, if you want to get to these next steps, it is critical that you get rid of your debt and that you try to at least consolidate it. Try to get to a point to where it's not out of control and you can wrangle it in. But the whole goal is to get rid of the debt. Get rid of the debt, guys. So if you got value out of this video, please hit the subscribe button, guys. Also hit the notification button so that when I do upload videos like this again, that you will be notified. I really appreciate the support. We've jumped from 5 subscribers all the way up to 300 subscribers, which has been amazing. So I really appreciate the support, everyone. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.